Что вы думаете о роли влияния научной фантастики на развитие цивилизации? Меняется ли степень этого влияния сейчас?
I think it's definitely huge, the role, because it's the imagination. You know, if you think of something, you imagine something, you manifest it, and you make the idea manifest in this plane, and then people can, you know, get inspired by that and work directly with it, or yourself, you know. And definitely, I think nowadays that it's an even stronger influence, because I think we're realizing that these ideas, when uttered and, you know, placed out there, they become visible. And also there's a whole history of these ideas coming up in films and books, and, you know, and these devices coming through, you know, for example, our mobile phones and all, you know, the Wi-Fi and things like that. Like I have this ridiculous laser pen, you know. Who would have thought it'd have a laser pen? But yeah, you can see it, but it does work. See it on my face? No. Anyways, it's too bright. So yeah, definitely.
Как вы думаете, почему в мире воображаемого будущего в научной фантастике так мало внимания уделяется изобразительному искусству?
I don't, well, is there little interest? Like, for example, I just watched Gattaca, and I thought it was quite interesting because the whole aesthetic of that film, it's as if, you know, they come to a time where everything is being, you know, perfected and genetically coded, and aesthetically, you can say that that's a manifestation of the art, because you have gigs and have music, and it's like they kept what was more timeless, you know, or like it was kind of like a best of what happened so far in history. And I do see that we can say on an aesthetic level, we keep on going on this like loop of trend, but once it reaches back on this like vintage loop, it picks up everything that happened as that stemmed out of that point, puts everything together again, and it continues on that loop. So in a way, you know, I think you could kind of predict a bit, but I think generally it doesn't end up in a film so much, like, because the timelines and like the wave of possibility of where something could go or not go is quite wide. But personally, I think it's kind of like, I just like the surprise me box, you know. It's like, surprise me, what's gonna be in the future? We don't know, let's see. You know, what is the future? Tomorrow, what's on tomorrow? Or what's better yet, you know, what can we do today? What we're doing today is already the future from the past, so.
Могло бы искусство получить дополнительный импульс развития, если бы было бы подробно описано в научной фантастике?
Then again, it's the same, like, I think art practice is such a, like, human thing. It's like it's what you do in your room, you know. I think it doesn't matter how far ahead we go into the future or we go into the past. You know, the artist is still that person that's encountering information, feeling and seeing and wanting to express something, and is just going to use whatever devices that are available. Like, for example, I am a post-medium artist. Maybe that's something that changes in the sense that less categories, you know, you don't think, oh yeah, I'm a painter, I'm a sculptor, I'm an installation artist, I'm a performance artist, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, we have the idea, and then we want to put this forward. So yeah, I think it's like, if you're gonna show an artist, you know, with its art their art practice at a point in time, you would still see a human engaging with the world and expressing emotions and curiosities and criticism, just as if it was 40 years ago, you know. Human spirit, still the human spirit.
Как вы разделяете мир воображаемого и реально прогнозируемого будущего?
I'd rather just, I use both, you know. I think the imaginary one can work as some sort of balm to put onto the patterns that you were reading that maybe we're going that direction, and if you see something that's not going quite the best way for the humanity, then I get my imagination to work on top of it and make it better one way or another, or use it as a device to bring to light where we might be heading that maybe is not such a good place, and highlight what could possibly be a good place. And this precisely happens when I do the Las Vegas Resort Palace Hotel project as Sonia Kalecalon, whenever I'm performing or the video is present, and specifically when I'm doing the performance, it comes a lot in the narrative when she's telling stories about what happened to the planet, where we're going, where is everybody living, and what's left of the earth, what are the social conditions, what we're thinking about, how we behave with each other. So that's what happened. Basically, I just kind of mix both, to answer your question more succinctly.
Повлияло ли на вашу творческую деятельность какое-нибудь научно-фантастическое произведение?
Not that I can think of. I'm gonna try to think, but I can't quite. I think my practice is more inspired by, you know, how I'm perceiving the world and what science is allowing me to use in order to gain a deeper understanding of the world and how we are behaving. You know, I'm interested in how, in our cognition, how we perceive things, you know, how much we rely on our eyes or other senses to determine what reality is, and I firmly believe that reality is a mere consensus of a lot of people converging to one point, say, you know, a consensus of observers collapsing a wave function onto something. So yeah, so there are, you know, novels or films really that I can think of. There is, however, a film that I might want to do. That's it.